On May 10th, the Riverside Discovery Center held a special party in celebration of their 75th birthday.
Today was our 75th anniversary celebration, so we had a free day at the zoo. We had, so far we've had over 1,870 people through the gates, so it's been a really big day for us. We're just shy of our total admission record. So we're really excited. We've still got a couple of hours left, 2-3 hours left. So hopefully we'll break those numbers. We're getting a good flow up at the top. But the day was filled with some fun events. Like I say, it was free entrance. We had the splash pad going. We had some music going. We had the dunk tank, some face painting, some games set about, some keeper presentations, some animal training sessions, just a whole bunch of fun.
We had out over 5 vendors. We also had face painting booth, a dunk tank booth, a silent auction, and then splash pad was also on, and we also had quite a few education booths, as well as the petting zoo is open every 30 minutes or so, as well as we had our keepers and our zoo docents out with education animals.
The zoo was established in 1950 as Riverside Zoo. The zoo had a small collection of animals and would host traveling exhibits for short periods of time. The zoo added more outdoor structures in the 1960s and an indoor structure in 1978 to house more animals. The Riverside Zoo underwent a major renovation in 1989, which added more buildings and enclosures to the zoo and expanded the footprint of the zoo to the size it is today.
We're the second oldest zoo in Nebraska, which is, I think, really astounding, especially considering that we aren't in the most populated area. So it's really, really impressive. We've got a couple of old photos that we've managed to gather and stick around, and so that is really allows people to see how far we've come. It used to be a big drive-through zoo where you used to be able to feed yaks and a couple of deer. The first animal at the zoo actually was a black bear, which is pretty surprising. And then eventually they changed it and they did a whole renovation section in the 80s, and that was for the 50th anniversary is when they opened that back up. So that was pretty cool. And it was just a very, very big time for the zoo, where they changed it all to a walkabout zoo. You could walk around, and we've just been growing that for the last 25 years.
The Riverside Zoo became the Riverside Discovery Center in 2011. As a part of the 75th birthday celebration, historical photos were placed around the zoo to show how the facility has changed and what pieces of the zoo's past are still around today. Several attendees shared stories of their memories of their time at Riverside Discovery Center.
We've had lots of people telling us about how Scooter used to come to their school at some point, or they did projects with Scooter where they made maybe raise some money to give him some gifts. I know he was a pretty big part of the community, which is really cool. Mark Overman submitted his story about the time the ostrich got out, and he was part of the team that managed to go out and secure that ostrich.
One of the most common memories was getting a drink from a lion head water fountain that still works today. Other attendees spoke about previous residents of the zoo and about their connection with those residents. There were many other events that were held throughout the day.
I want to give a big shout out to Scottsbluff Police Department for coming out multiple times throughout the evening and throughout the day and showing off their different vehicles for the kiddos, and we appreciate it all. And it was an amazing turnout, and we appreciate everybody that came out, and thank you to our sponsors.
The zoo also opened the gates for special evening hours to allow guests more time to visit the animals and enjoy live music from local bands. Be sure to check out the community calendar and more stories from around the area on our website at www.aroundthetownnews.wordpress.com.